I love that our sport is 2-on-2. It's you and your partner against the world. Your weaknesses are exposed. Your strengths are there for everyone to see, but you can't hide. You need to be in the moment. You need to be prepared to battle. Expect to go out there and kick butt and believe. It doesn't matter if you're down 10 points, always believe. Life is so hard, and if you don't believe in yourself and your capabilities, then you're never going to go and put your heart into anything. I have a lot to fight for. There's no limits, there's no boundaries. Nothing's too daunting. It's all worthwhile. My mission in life is to be the best me I can be.
We're always trying to switch stuff up, making sure things are constantly working. And the Airbrake MX goggle definitely allows us to adapt to all those conditions.
Before, it was changing lenses, get screwdriver out, all kinds of different things. And now it's easy to do one goggle.
To have a modular system, it's very ingenious. There's so much time and thought put into this.
You got so many options, so many different things you can change out from the outriggers, the lenses. You can swap out the face foam just as easily, and if I had new face foam, the goggles are going to feel brand new to me.
You can take the chassis, configure it to a tear-off goggle, and get the most field of view, or in certain conditions, transform the goggle into a roll-off system. It's built from the foundation up to work that way. It's a minimalistic, simple, clean design with a whole lot of function.
There's so many cool technology features about this as far as the different things that you can change as a rider, the comfort of the goggle, just how much it's user-friendly. If you're a serious motocross racer, Airbrake is the goggle you want to have.
Bubba Watson had this really nifty idea for improving some of the limitations of existing golf carts.
Golf carts have looked the same. They've been the same. You got to stay 30 yards from the green. You got to stay on the cart path when it's raining. But let's have fun. Let's go through the water hazard, come off the other side right by the green, put your ball in the hole, and then you can drive back across the water hazard. And who doesn't want to do that?
Bubba's idea was to see if we could incorporate a hovercraft principle, that is riding on a bubble of air, into the existing golf cart. What we had to look at was how we could use the existing elements such as the roof, the seat handles, the sand bottles, all of the various pieces that are on existing golf carts, how we could incorporate those into the hovercraft technology.
BW1 is a prototype, our first one out. No bumps. Golf cart's gonna have bumps. It takes you everywhere you wanna go, through sand traps, through waters, shortcuts, into the woods, out of the woods. And my ball likes to go in and out of the woods, so we gotta be able to get there in the best way and quickest way possible.
The big advantage of the hovercraft is it has a footprint pressure about 33 times less than the human foot. So by hovering across a green, you leave absolutely no trace.
I see a lot of stares, a lot of laughs, and then they actually see how efficient it is. I think it's going to really get more people involved. They're going to want to just drive the hovercraft and not play golf, but I mean, that's how I got started, you know, driving a golf cart, and then golf got in the way.
This is for running, not running errands. For exercising, not socializing. It's not carpool chic. It's not grocery store casual. It was made for more than that. It was made for me.
If you died and thought of a place that you wanted to go to, it'd be this place. This place has everything you could ask for.
Truly world-class waves out here.
I mean, it's a CT quality event, and I think everyone's pretty pumped on this.
What is there to say? You've got the best two waves in the world.
Between Karamas being a more like barreling wave and then Canggu's good for airs and all that, it's like a good mix of the two spots.
It's a good contest wave because there's always a ton of waves coming in, and it gives everyone a ton of opportunity.
Chunga's got the biggest ramps with the wind coming into it. All these new school surfing and a little bit of old school surfing too, riding the barrel.
Karamas is like the perfect barrel when it's on.
Just horseshoes and bends on this little reef, and it's about as fun as it gets.
It's a pretty great wave for anybody. It's like a high performance wave, you know. You're pretty much looking at a perfect ride down the line.
Karamas can go from perfect barrels and glassy in the morning to onshore and really shreddable. You have to be able to transition like really fast into being like, okay, I just need to do a couple big turns.
You really need to mix it up and do powerful surfing, barrels, airs. You need to do everything.
You gotta be able to find it. You gotta be able to generate a score off, you know, whatever you get.
Oh my God, he's got another one.
Backhand. Whoa, look at that, look at that, look at that.
Drag it on there. This is the best barrel we've seen all morning. As he pulled out, flying through the barrel, brings it around and just jamming it home.
You know, it's the game-winning shot.
Do elite projects, it means the cuffs are off. Things that normally wouldn't be interesting to us for the height of the bar or how risky it is or how difficult it is, we're allowed to go after when we're working on elite products.
The initial concept of the assault boot was lightweight, get in, get out, durable, turn and burn.
The elite boot that we've created, we went out to tackle several things while not giving up any of the characteristics that we've developed in our current assault boot that's made it what it is today. A light, athletic, flexible platform.
I mean, we were already up, ahead. We basically set the bar at that point, but we wanted to set the next bar.
Again, we used our current platform, our successful military boot, and then just enhanced the features, so it's all rolled into one.
We wanted to take it to the next level.
Yeah, we wanted to make a boot that was like no other boot that was out in the market.
Part of the way to do that is using advanced materials.
As we were formulating and thinking about pie in the sky stuff, what could we put in a boot that no boot currently has? Well, we wanted increased breathability. We wanted to have better traction, better rubber compound. We wanted to have better puncture resistance. We wanted to make something that was fireproof as well.
Since the racing equipment division at Oakley has existed, we've partnered with Carbonex, and we do that for a reason. And it's because the performance that we've seen on the racing side, the incidents, fires that drivers have been involved in and walked away from without any injury at all, convinces you that, man, this material is something that we need to not just isolate to racing, it's something that we need to expand to any kind of environment, whether it be a first responder or a military situation, any situation where someone's at risk because of fire. Guys don't get to pick and choose when fires or explosions break out. A guy can be in the middle of an intense fire or in an environment where a building's blown up and there are door frames and nails going out, and he doesn't have to worry about his feet. He can worry about the task he has at hand. The fun starts once we get the products, because that's when we can start putting them on our feet and we can start abusing them. And in many cases, that type of testing is the most fun and most satisfying, but it's also the most realistic. The upper material, it was originally developed as a protective material on satellites. It is Carbonex fire resistant. It's got slash resistant that allows us to create the boot with durability and strength like another leather, like a full grain leather boot. Yet it breathes. It breathes like an athletic shoe.
You had a abrasion-resistant Cordura panel, now you have slash-proof CX stainless steel material.
When you can start taking sharp objects and stabbing and slashing into this thing and seeing how tough and durable it is, that's when you get an appreciation for what you do.
You had a low-friction lining, now you have a fireproof lining.
When you can casually, grab a propane torch off the bench and hold it in there, and guys are making bets on how long the thing is going to last, that's the fun and interesting stuff. It may not be the testing information that the labs are looking for, but it's certainly the testing information that we're in many cases looking for, because we want to prove that the thing will actually do what it's supposed to do in the real world.
I feel from the testing aspect, from people, from the military, from the troops, all the guys out in the field saying that our boot is the best, it feels the best, performs the best.
As far as I know, we don't have a competitor on this boot. No one, to my knowledge, has gone out with the intention of building a tactical boot with the puncture resistance, the fire resistance, the slash resistance that our boot incorporates, and doing it all in a chassis that is an athletic, almost like an athletic shoe feeling environment. It's really hell and back protection.
Certainly, it's combat ready.
Key feature in goggles is if it fits to your face well in a helmet.
Typically, we'll see the frame from the front that houses the lens. In back of that will be what we call a faceplate, which is what your foam connects to, and that's really the life of the fit.
We spend an enormous amount of time in face fit for our goggles to make sure that, so I know that most goggles all look the same, but when you put an Oakley goggle, specifically Oakley Airbrake MX, you know that this thing fits your face, and it fits your face.
With the Airbrake, what we're able to do is really maximize that tuning. That rigid front frame allowed us to design a faceplate that flexes very strategic, giving you that seal and that comfort. The difference with that and a traditional goggle is the front frame on a traditional goggle also flexes. So you can't maximize that faceplate efficiency like you can with the Airbrake.
The comfort on this new Airbrake MX it's amazing. It fits into my helmet like a glove.
We do extensive studies to make sure that we have perfect distribution on the nose, minimal nasal pressure on the septum, perfect facial and even pressure on your face. We also roll our foams. Airbrake MX will have the face foam internal will be rolled in to give even more, to give that less feel like the foam's pushing in here, which a lot of goggles do.
It's comfortable, it fits good, field of vision is also better. It's really cool to see them step up in a way that will help the rider feel more comfortable on the track, which produces results.
It's really like a fine piece of art. It's just a testament to Oakley's, forward thinking and what they have always been about.
The goggle has evolved.
Goggles have to keep getting better, bikes have to keep getting better, everything's got to improve.
Putting the Airbrake on is a whole different goggle. The different things that you can change as a rider, the comfort of the goggle.
You can use the same goggle with a roll-off or use a standard tear-off system.
It's basically a masterpiece.